So we're holding the laws of Shabbos, section 272, halacha ches 8. Kiddush may be recited over wine made by steeping grape dregs and pits, by steeping grape dregs and pits in water. If it is fit to recite the blessing Bo Pe'agefen over it, if it is fit to recite the bracha of Bo Pe'agefen. Now, number 9, Yesh Emrim. There are authorities who maintain that Kiddush may not be recited over wine that was boiled or over wine to which honey was added. So two things, wine that was boiled or wine that honey was added to it. Because Kiddush may be recited only over wine that would be fit to be poured as libation on the altar. It says in Baba Basel 97a, both wine that was boiled and wine to which honey was added may not be used as libations for the altar, as the Alter Rebbe proceeds to state. Other authorities maintain that this exclusion only prohibits the use of wine that is not fit to be used as a libation because of adverse factors. For example, it was left exposed or it has an unpleasant fragrance. Wine that was boiled, by contrast, is disqualified as a libation, as a libation for the altar, only because it has been changed from its natural state. Nevertheless, it has been changed positively, not adversely, as stated in section, because the bishul improves the wine, right? To some opinions, at least. Therefore, these authorities maintains it may be used for Kiddush. Needless to say, this also applies to wine to which honey was added, for it is not inherently disqualified as a libation for the altar. It is disqualified only because of the honey. As it is written, you shall offer no leaven or no honey as a fire offering. Fundamentally, the halacha follows this view, and it is customary to recite Kiddush over such wine, even if one has other wine, but it is not of the same quality as this wine. It says in 26, in that source the Alter Rebbe writes, the flavor and fragrance of boiled wine are superior to that of unboiled wine. Meaning, boiled wine has better fragrance than unboiled. Better smell. Therefore, its blessing does not change, and the blessing Bo Pe'agefen is recited over it. In 27 it says, as the Alter Rebbe writes in section 204.8, similarly, when honey or peppers are mixed into wine, the blessing Bo Pe'agefen is recited over it, although its flavor has changed, and it has not deteriorated. In 29 it says, both of the points mentioned by the Alter Rebbe are relevant today, because many commercially produced wines are pasteurized, which Rav Moshe Feinstein in Igros Moshe Yeredeo Volume 2, Responsum 52, and many others consider as boiled, and many have sugar and other sweeteners added. The factor of boiled wine is particularly relevant when there are people joining the Shabbos meal who presently do not observe the Shabbos. When such people handle wine, there are authorities who rule that it should be disqualified. Nevertheless, once the wine is boiled, the stringency does not apply. So that's why you got to stick to boiled wine.
Some people have dark curses to have the non